Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is for you to choose to trust God. Now, I picked this topic today, man, because for people, man, when you decide you want to go on a spiritual journey to really tap into your spirit side of yourself, and also as you have big goals that you're pursuing, then it's like what happened is that a lot of time, especially in the beginning, you're going to come across situations where the goals and vision you see in your mind and your present circumstances, they're not lining up. They don't match at the beginning of your journey. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole idea of having a goal. And what happened is, man, is that things will try you, you know, situations, circumstances, and people will challenge you and try you to go back to your old ways of being. You know what I'm saying? And what I want to share with you people is that I really want for you today to really make a conscious and intentional decision that regardless of whatever situation you're faced with, you're going to choose to trust God. Never get to the point, people, where you start doubting if God really got your back, if he's really there and working on your behalf. Trust and believe, people, that for those of you that are on that journey of self-development, working on your characteristics, your habit, positioning yourself for God to be able to use you to accomplish his purpose for this world, just know, man, that he's working the same way you're working on yourself. He is putting things in place in your behalf. He's dealing with people on your behalf that will be coming along to help you along your journey. And people, I just want you to really consciously make the choice to always choose to trust God and believe that God will provide for all your wants and needs, man. You know, because it's like what the world wants you to do, people, is really just give up and go back to you trying to make everything happen yourself. And it's easy to do that because that's what you've done pretty much your whole life. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's easy to go back and say, okay, well, how do I go ahead and take control of this? I'm tired of waiting on God. How do I do it? You know what I'm saying? And it's like what God wants from us, man, is to really show some faith. And showing faith, what that looks like, people, is you choosing to trust and believe that God indeed shall provide for all your wants and needs, man. You know? And that's intentionally a choice that you have to make, because if you don't make that choice, people, then what happens is you're going to find yourself going back to you trying to make things happen, forcing certain ways, you know, doing what you normally would do in those circumstances, which have never yielded the result that you're looking for. So why would this time be any different? You have to come to the point where you're like, look, man, I'm going to choose to trust God that he will provide for all of my wants and needs. And that takes patience, people. It takes patience. It takes a tremendous amount of faith, because it's easy to just choose to do it your way, but it's incredibly difficult sometimes to really have the patience and the faith to believe that God will provide for all your wants and needs. But see, I know, people, that when you choose to have faith, man, you know, then that's where God can work. You know, he can work on your behalf, because at that point, that means that you've submitted and choose to trust and give it to him, which is what he wants, people, you know, for you to genuinely and sincerely give him all of your trials, your tribulations, and things that you are having a hard time dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Cast all your stress and worries, man, onto God and let him handle that for you. You know what I'm saying? Because he will do it for people that is definitely working on themselves to develop the characteristics, the habits, as well as through prior a spiritual connection with the soul, with your soul or your spirit that's inside of you, which is the Spirit of God. That's you building a better relationship through prayer. People, really and truly, that is really the message today, man. The message is I want you to develop your faith, people. And developing your faith, what that looks like is you simply choosing to give God all your worries, man. Give God all your challenges. Give God the things that are causing you headaches and burden, man. Cast all those to him, people, because he wants it. You know what I mean? But you can't just give it to him and just be stagnant. You need to really, truly have that firm belief that everything is going to work itself out. You also have to believe that every single thing that is happening, no matter how challenging it may seem, you have to believe, choose to believe, people, that it's working in your favor. That's God shaping you and molding you. Is developing your mental toughness. Is allowing you to set new boundaries, man, to where you get to a point where you're fed up. It's like then you start setting boundaries to protect yourself. But without those trials and tribulation, people, then you would have never done that. So you have to realize that no matter what you're going through, no matter how crazy it may seem, how hopeless it may seem, you know, just trust and believe, man, that if you give God the faith that he's looking for from you, then he will step up and work on your behalf, people, to deliver the things that you're concerned about. You know, that's a choice, people. You have that choice. You have that ability to choose, and I'm suggesting you definitely do that today. Anyways, man, shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who is the mother of this world. And shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide. People, my mandate from God, man, is to unite the Caribbean and Africa. And the way we do it, people, is we stand united, man. We stand united, you know. It gives me great joy, man, when I hear about all these ties between the Caribbean and Africa, you know, setting up a lot of traveling arrangements and so forth. You know, I think it's Nigeria and Jamaica just signed a new agreement to extend whatever they was working on, exchanging, you know, between education and so forth. I mentioned earlier about the deal they got with Ghana for nurses and teachers. And just really making things easier, man, to communicate, to access each other so we can really share in our cultures, man. For me, I'm excited about that. And I want that for the entire Caribbean, man, you know, and of course for the African diaspora also. So it's like, I just want us to stand united, people. And for us, especially leadership and governments, man, to make a conscious effort to unite our countries, man. You know, the Caribbean and Africa, just really make an intentional effort to where you guys start trading together, create more collaboration together, building up industries. I mean, there's so much that we can all learn and share with each other, man. And I just want to see more and more of that being developed, because it can't lead to nothing but good things for the people of these countries. People, my declarations for your life, number one is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three is that you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that the Spirit of God inside of you, man, will continue to lead you and guide you. I really hope that you get this message today, people. I want you to develop your faith. I want you to choose to trust God. Choose, people. It's a choice. You either trust him and have the faith that he's going to provide for all your wants and needs, or you keep relying on yourself. You already know the answer to that. Relying on yourself don't work, because if you did, you wouldn't have any goals. You would have already attained everything you want, man. Just trust and believe, man, that the Spirit of God that's already inside of you will lead you to whatever God's purpose is for your life, as long as you trust him to provide for all your wants and needs, and understand that everything works in your favor, people. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow.